And now back to Property Source Radio with your hosts, Steve and Pat. This segment is brought to you by True Energy Solutions, Rochester's experts in home energy audits.
She is Alex. Lana Torre joins us, Property Source Radio, until 10 o'clock here at Sports Radio 950 ESPN. A noted designer, Lana Torre, joins us in the middle. Well, you are.
You're so kind.
You are. A lot of people know you.
Stephen with a PH.
Oh, jeez.
What is your PH?
I don't have a PH.
You a little acidy this morning?
Excuse me. You're a little cheese in a mood. Wow. Lana joins us on the middle Saturday of every month on Property Source Radio. And her guest this morning, and I don't know how happy he is to be here, but we're happy to have him, Alan Brandt, the owner of Bayles Leather House on Route 96 in Victor.
I'm still trying to figure out what that word was that you used. Acidity?
Acidity.
Acidity?
Yeah.
Is that what that was?
Acidity?
Acidity? Okay.
pH,
Okay.
pH.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I get it. It's kind of like a periodic chart of the elements, which.
Wow.
Or the hot tub's out of balance.
Does make you smarter.
All right, I want to talk about the leather aspect of your business. You say you really that's your area of expertise.
Yes.
How do you buy your leather? Let's talk about qualities of leather a little bit.
Well, leather, you could spend hours talking about it, but you can also cut it or break it down. There's what is called top grain leather, which is considered to be the best part of the leather, or split hides. And when leather is in its raw stage, they slice it in layers like you would a turkey sandwich. The top part is the best part of the hide, the quality part. Below are what are called split hides. Split hides are used for a number of things. Inferior furniture can be used for. A lot of times you'll see it used for belts, athletic shoes, things like that. The other aspect of furniture is the dyeing process, and what the best way to do it is what is called aniline dye. It's a dye. When they dye the leather, it's a dye that penetrates the leather, so you'll see the color not only on the top of the leather but underneath. Commonly in a split hide, what they'll do is they'll essentially put a paint of coat on it, so the top has a color, and then underneath they'll have a bluish grayish appearance.
Oh.
So, for example, if you look at your athletic shoes, and you'll see that they're painted white, see on the inside. Yeah. Oftentimes, you look inside the shoe, it'll have a bluish grayish appearance. And what happens over time, as we all know, is the shoe leather sort of cracks. Well, the same thing applies to upholstery. If it is a dye that doesn't penetrate it, then it can crack over time. A top grain aniline dyed leather cannot do that because it is dyed all the way through.
Alan, that's so genius. I'm going home right away, and I'm going to check my sneaks.
Well, don't go home right away. You still got a little while.
Do you know what? No, this is very interesting. This reminds me of some automobiles because I'm a little bit of an automobile enthusiast.
Yeah.
And do you know there's an American-made high-end car that the leather seats crack? But if you buy an import like a Rolls or I'm not saying suggesting but I've seen
you
Rolls.
buy a Rolls or a Bentley
or a Bentley, or a Mercedes-Benz. Those seats don't crack. I think Alan's just learned me,
that on my Bugatti.
You see? They don't crack. They don't crack.
Don't you have a blue Bugatti?
That's the old one.
A blue Bugatti.
This is great stuff. I learned something.
Property Source Radio, it makes you smarter.
See? We prove it every week. Oh, this is great, Alan.
And then with furniture, a lot of times what manufacturers will do to cut corners is they'll put split hides on the sides and backs of furniture. So where your skin or body touches, it can be top grain.
Yeah.
So what when you'll see something advertised for like $500 all leather sofa, that's true, but you got to ask them. You got to get into the questioning as to what exactly the leather is.
Is it the good leather? How far up is it on the turkey?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
Now, are they going to? If I walk into a furniture store and I say, "Is this are you making this out of split hides or top grain?" Is that an accurate question?
Yes, and if they can't answer it, it's probably a red flag.
Gotcha. It's the lower.
Or could it even be the pleather leather situation?
Well,
is that another one of your words that you just made up today, or what?
No, pleather is not a made-up Lana Torre word.
No,
it's
that's
a real
back
word.
from the
I think
80s.
It's in the dictionary.
It's from the
Pleather?
80s.
Yeah,
Pleather.
it's like vinyl, but it feels like leather. They make like clothing out of it. They make furniture out of it, and it looks like leather and feels like leather, but it's made out of plastic.
It's a
blending.
romantic
Plastic
word for vinyl.
Okay.
Yeah.
Naugahyde.
That's it.
Because I would have called it fleather. Fake leather.
Yes,
But it's plastic
but
leather.
it's pleather. Yeah.
Would you rather have fleather or pleather?
Well, I think pleather, because pleather sort of conjures up a bird.
Birds of a feather. Helen Brent's the owner of Bayles Leather House, Route 96 in Victor, and Lana Torre has brought him with her today. She is our regular once a month here on Property Source Radio. So we had the leather thing squared away. I found out what aniline is all about. We know what pleather is.
So that one you just learned because we all lived through the 80s, so we're very.
Well,
up
I
to
lived
speed
through the
with it.
80s, but I was one of those, believe me, I was single. And when I bought my first furniture, it was at one of these stores back in New England where you get like 6 rooms for $5.99.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
With
yeah.
the lamp.
Yeah.
With the lamp.
Honestly, Steve, I don't care about that. Did you have a mullet?
No, I did not. No. I never had a mullet.
I don't care about that.
Sorry.
But the 80s were a good era. Yeah, and you're right. I never thought about the furniture I was getting. But I do have one chair that I've had since I moved here, and it's a leather chair. And you got me thinking now. I mean, if it's lasted all this time, it means it's pretty good quality.
That's a good sign. Yes,
Yeah?
if it's not cracking,
No cracking.
healing,
Yeah.
it's probably a good sign. A real quick litmus test, generally speaking, to tell a quality piece of furniture is if it's heavy. If you can lift it very easily, usually it's not real well
Yeah.
made.
Yep.
Let's talk about trends in furniture right now. Contemporary is kind of hot.
Ooh, ask me that question.
I'm looking at both of you.
Go ahead, Lana.
It's hot. It's in clean, sleek, low-backed, square arms.
We're talking about furniture now.
Yeah,
Right, not about your dream man.
Be careful.
She's in a little fantasy here.
Started sweating.
Quarter to 10 in the morning.
I'm
Don't avoid
building.
the question.
I'm building a sexy sofa. So should I make mine with upholstered in black lace,
Wow, that's interesting.
Lipstick red.
lipstick red? Ooh, we
Will
like
you
lipstick
upholster
red.
furniture in black lace if I
So
was so
choose.
inclined?
Theoretically, yes.
Okay.
And that would be
Now
called a
she's-
COM.
A what?
A COM.
What is that?
Customer's own material.
You'd have to buy it and then bring it to us.
Oh,
And we make anything for you. But I think I know today's furniture. People want, they don't want the poof anymore. They don't want those huge, oversized pieces.
oh yeah.
That were only good for these gigantic great rooms of the 80s and 90s. So everything is becoming smaller and sleeker and well put together and has almost a kind of a earthy, eco-friendly look. Wouldn't you say, Alan?
Yes, the greens, the neutral colors are in the what is known in the trade as earth tones.
Earth
Yeah.
tones.
Yeah.
Earth tones.
That term's been around.
Yeah.
Tones could be anything. It could be the sky, blue sky. It could be grass green. It could be dirt brown. It could be the color of bark on a tree. It's all earth tone.
Yeah.
All earth tone.
Gotcha.
But it's really hot right now. It's here to stay.
Okay.
Well, are you here to stay through our next segment because we have to get to you weren't here. Pat Coyne is now an NFL expert,
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Picking games left and right. Watch
and
this.
we're gonna get his prediction for tonight's game. The Bills are in Denver,
Yeah.
so we got to get that, and we have to talk about the big gossip down in Canandaigua Lake.
Oh, it is gossip time.
So let's take a
Okay.
quick break here. We'll get to all that before we wrap it up
Great.
at 10 o'clock. It is Property Source Radio here at PropertySourceRadio.com and Sports Radio 950 ESPN.